Welcome back to Star Wars Nerds Unite, a discussion and review podcast focused on the Star Wars canon. I'm your host, timvanautreve. Joining me as always, wow, blew it. Josh
already.
the Tosh, internet famous Mason.
Hello.
And Jennifer Van Autreve.
Hi.
And also Maximus.
He's got a runny nose.
He does. He's 4.5 months-ish.
Yep.
Getting cute. Getting smart. He's already smart, but boy, look at him. He likes it. So, unfortunately, I didn't hit the record button earlier because Josh was trying to fix his mic, but we had another wasp attack in the Nerds Unite podcast studios. It came in through the air conditioner hole.
I can't believe they got through the hole after you closed it up.
Well, there's more. There's more.
More what?
More to seal. There's more to seal. Plus, they can just climb in through the actual vents, through the air conditioner.
If you seal the air conditioner, it ceases to function.
Have an air conditioner.
An air conditioner.
I could cover the air conditioner. Really, we just need to have real heating and cooling in here, or just use this as an actual closet like it should be, and move the studio to somewhere that's properly equipped. But that's far in the future.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So
Where's more equipped than this?
nowhere.
We'd have to build a room down in the basement.
Right, correct. But my Lego room's down there already. And the laundry room's taking up the other half of that room.
We'd have to build a new basement.
Right. We'd have to build a new basement, possibly
What
a new
if we
house.
went to Josh's house?
I can't imagine you doing that. We could build a room in Josh's basement. That'd be easy.
Yeah. Wouldn't even need to build a room.
Well, I mean, we'd have to do something because there'd be way too echoey because you're echoey because of the concrete floor and it's too high and
we could put up some tapestries and
yeah, we could do that.
It's up to you.
I'm not going to, but we could. So here we are. We're a Star Wars podcast. We're going to talk about some Star Wars tonight, but it's going to be a little bit because we're going to read letters.
Yeah, we're 1 month out from Solo.
1 whole month.
Yeah.
To the day.
Well, it depends on how you
view a month.
Yeah. So have you watched the commercials? Have you seen all the new commercials?
More since the trailer?
Yeah, there's TV commercials.
Oh, we don't have TV.
Isn't a trailer a TV commercial?
Do you have YouTube?
Yeah, I have YouTube.
Yeah.
A trailer is longer than a TV commercial. TV commercial is typically 30 seconds long.
Okay.
Does the TV commercial show something the trailer didn't?
Yes, almost always.
Oh, I didn't even hear about it.
There's been 3 different TV commercials. I'm not going to describe them here. You'll have to go watch them.
Okay.
But they're very interesting. They've made the hype levels go up.
Really?
Yeah.
I found some of those Star Wars subreddits you were talking about that you follow.
Yeah.
And I actually wasn't following Prequel Memes before. I was just seeing cross posts from Prequel Memes.
Yeah, yeah.
And those were funny. But then I followed Prequel Memes.
And it's 99.9% garbage.
It's the worst subreddit on Reddit.
Yeah.
You were absolutely right. It is awful. It's the dumbest, it had so many known sequiturs, it just garbage.
It's a lot of inside jokes.
Yeah, but they're not funny.
It's definitely the proof of the old idiom about putting 1,000 monkeys with 1,000 typewriters. You'd eventually write a classic, right?
Yeah.
That's Prequel Memes personified.
There we have it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna read letters. Jenny, we wanted to also talk about the popsicle model, popsicle stick model of your parents' home. Can you tell us about the new addition that needs to go on?
Oh, geez.
We haven't talked before. Jenny's parents, they have a non-attached barn in their backyard. I don't think we've mentioned that on the podcast before. But it's a barn where they keep this really old truck. The truck has a really cool story. It's an old antique, 50s truck, pickup truck.
Sure.
And
hasn't run in 50 years.
Hasn't run for a really long time, but
My mom won't let anybody take it or sell it. Or
Right, because they drove around in it together because that was like their car. And
no,
like,
I don't even.
no, I've heard that story. Like your dad drove. Or maybe they made it up. I don't know. But your dad, like,
I've never heard this.
That was the car that he drove her around in all the time, and they were always in it together. Probably where you were conceived, for all I know.
Okay, well, I've never heard them talk about it at all, unless somebody's like, "Hey, so and so wants to buy that truck. Can we sell that truck?" And then my mom's like, "No."
Yeah.
She's like, "I want to get it fixed up one day," and they've never, ever talked about a plan.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah.
But it's really old. It's really rusted.
Cool
And
I think my sister might want it too. Like my sister wants it. And
why?
I don't know.
Why do people want this junk?
I don't know. They think it's cool.
So what?
So they're
not going to do anything with it.
They could fix it up
somewhere.
They could fix it up.
But they're not going to because they'll realize it'll cost more than just buying a new car.
Maybe I'll do it.
Why would you? You could have this old garbage car that goes 40 miles per hour. Or you could have a modern car for the same amount of money.
Well, anyway.
Not to mention,
it's nostalgia.
If you got in a wreck in that old jalopy,
you'd be dead.
You and your ancestors would all die in one fell swoop.
So it's all dirt floor in like it's old school barn. Like you feel like you're in a real barn when you go in.
It's not all dirt floor.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I doubt it's partial dirt floor.
There's some weeds, I guess, that have started to grow inside of the barn, but not very many.
Floor.
100% it's a dirt floor.
Okay, whatever.
There's a ladder that you can climb up to, and there's this...
It's a really cool loft.
It's a loft.
It was a functioning barn at some point?
Yeah, it really was a barn. Yeah. They call it the garage.
They would put hay up there if it was a real barn.
Correct.
It was a real barn. And then, like, there's a door on the outside, on the side that faces the alleyway. Just a door... an upper level door for the loft where you could just like open it and throw hay out.
Right.
The upper level door.
Well, that's where you would load hay.
Yeah, throw it out the window.
No, you'd lift it up. There'd be a little pulley. And they'd lift the hay up.
Well, how would you get the hay out of the barn?
There would be horses and other beasts of burden in the barn that would
drop it down
hay.
into the...
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. We used to have parties up there when I was in high school. The loft used to be really cool. It's crazy because it's probably over 200 years old.
I doubt that.
Okay, 150.
The state of Illinois has only existed for 199 years.
So
it's been there since day one. No.
The first building in Illinois.
Okay, 150 years, whatever. This house it's like pretty old. Anyway, the loft was pretty nice. Like when I was in high school, we used it and it was nice. And then since then, I've heard it's gone real downhill.
I mean, they put sofas up there.
You heard it's gone real downhill?
Yeah, I'm not going up there. It's so bad. I won't even look up there anymore.
People have literally lived up there.
Yeah.
They ran cable up there so that...
There was cable running from my parents' house across the backyard into the loft.
The cable fell down and it hung in the yard for multiple years.
Drooped.
No.
Yes.
Gonna fix that cable someday.
Yes.
No,
so now apparently they have a cat infestation to go along with their squirrels. So cats have taken over the garage, which is what they call it. It's a barn. And there are multiple feral cats. Nolan went to
he was helping them with yard work. And my mom told him to get something out of the garage, like a wheelbarrow or something. And he was like, there's cats in there. And she's like... Yeah, just ignore them.
Ignore the cats.
They're literally wild.
Stay out of their area and they won't kill you.
And
so they just have no problems.
So now the loft is infested with cats.
They have no problem with wild animals infesting the buildings they own.
Well, it's not like they care about anything in it.
They care about each other.
I don't even know what's in there. Like the garage thing is so full of old stuff, but none of it is like anything they really ever use.
Our town had the junk day last week.
I know. I told them to get rid of stuff.
So I was finally able to purge all the garbage that Megan's parents pawned off on us. I had a mountain of junk.
All that stuff in your basement?
No.
Oh.
Mostly just stuff that was in the garage and old furniture and stuff.
Josh has enough Amazon boxes to ship out an entire day's worth of Amazon warehousing.
At least. We get 2 boxes a day.
And he keeps them all in his
Why?
I don't
basement.
keep them all in the basement. I don't keep any of them in the basement. They usually sit in the garage.
Why?
'Cause
do you
I
get
wait
so
for
much
recycle day.
Amazon? No, why do you get 2 boxes a day?
Because I could either pay the same amount of money and have to walk into a store, or I could just have it show up at my house.
Ginny doesn't like that. She'd rather see a line item from Walmart than see a line item from Amazon.
I don't know.
Because anytime there's a line item from Amazon, there is nothing that brings me greater fear in my life than when I need
buy it from Amazon?
when I need to answer for what the
No,
Amazon
because it's.
or iTunes purchase was.
I always want to know what he's buying from Amazon because
90% of what I buy on Amazon is for her. Is for her, and she wants to know what it is
bands.
like it's me.
It's all watch bands.
It's not just it's hair dye and school books and baby stuff, random baby stuff.
I'll be sitting at work and Megan will say something or I'll think of something. I'll be like, hey, we need that. So I go, it's at my house the next day.
I do like it when it's something that every once in a while, like I like it, but for a while we had like the auto shipment with
It
like
was
a big.
Great.
No.
I just
We
didn't have it
had-
tuned yet. You gotta tweak it to know how much you're gonna
There was
use.
a
Subscribe and
point where
save.
we
Yeah.
had over 500 rolls of toilet paper.
That's nothing. I have 4 years supply of toilet paper in my
Well, she
basement.
couldn't handle. She got so mad at me. I had to turn it all off, and it was saving us money. And now
It
we run
wasn't
out of stuff
saving us
all the
money
time.
to overbuy
We're out of soap
toilet
and
paper.
toothpaste.
But
All that stuff, we always had some in the basement.
Toilet paper doesn't go bad. So if you're
Yeah.
paying the lowest price you can possibly pay today,
It wasn't the lowest
But she's not
price.
convinced at all that it was the lowest price. She won't do any comparison shopping. She won't take my word for it that it actually is a better deal. I'm just wrong. So
so Megan has nothing to do with this. I do this. I buy toilet paper, paper towels, and baby wipes. When every year, Target will have this deal where if you spend $200, you get a $50 Target gift card. And then they'll also discount some stuff. And I'll buy about $1,000 worth of paper products and get it for $600. And that's all my paper products for the year.
and then you're stocked.
Stocked. Run out of paper towels? Go downstairs. There's hundreds of them.
Yeah, that's unacceptable in our home.
Those paper towels
we
ain't
can't
going
have,
bad.
We can't have extra. We had enough. We are still using the toilet paper that we had from Amazon.
Yeah.
It's almost gone, and then we're gonna run out of toilet paper, and we're gonna have to go get it.
And you're going to pay 80% more.
It's frustrating.
Amazon is not that much cheaper for
When
most
they
stuff.
do, so when they do certain deals, they are.
We've never gotten in on any special deals. He just thinks the Amazon price is always cheaper.
That is
No,
definitely not
I do
true.
not think that. I think that when I've done some research and I do the subscribe and save and we get more percentages knocked off and I buy the ones that have coupons that apply to them, I'm getting a better deal than what I'm paying in the store.
But you never go in the store.
I don't
That's
have to
another
go
part
in the
that
store.
He doesn't say.
I can go
I do
on
100% of
Walmart.com.
the shopping in stores. He never does any grocery shopping or shopping for us.
I do all
but
the grocery
he
shopping.
thinks that
So-
he thinks it's a deal, but he's not the one going and doing it.
So I can go to Walmart.com and see the prices that are in our store on the items that I'm comparing against. And that's what I'm doing. When I say I do research, you think I do nothing.
No,
We're going to
I
read
know
some
what you're
emails.
doing.
We're going to read some emails.
I know what you're doing, but
before our divorce,
when you're
our
in the
imminent
store,
divorce.
sometimes there's stuff on sale, and you get stuff. It whatever.
Did we already talk about the wasp?
We did talk about the wasp.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
That was
cover
so
the
long
wasp
ago.
territory.
That was so long ago. I don't remember. All right, this email is from Wilson. He says, "Hey guys,
What date was it from? Did you have the date?
I don't have any of
These are
these.
old, so just keep that in mind, everyone.
I think we had gotten through February, didn't we?
We might have.
I know we passed Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure we had hit March.
Oh, I forgot to say, my concert is Thursday.
What concert?
The John Williams concert
Oh yeah,
in Chicago.
nice.
Yeah.
Who are you going with?
Megan.
What?
Yeah, Megan and I are going.
Wow.
Who's watching the kids?
My in-laws.
Are you guys staying the night in Chicago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it? It's like actually John Williams.
John Williams conducting the Chicago Symphony Orchestra.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably one of his last concerts ever.
Get hyped.
He might die while conducting the symphony.
It could happen. Is that why you're actually going?
That's totally why we're going.
Oh, it's hot in the podcast studio.
It's hot.
Tonight.
It's hot. Today it was 78 today.
It was awesome.
And last week it was like snowing.
Yeah.
Weather's strange. This one is called Mortis Episode. Hey guys. Hope you all are well. I just listened to your Mortis episode and really enjoyed it. I remember watching those episodes, but that was a while back. You have made me want to go back and watch it. I remember before I saw The Last Jedi, I was convinced that Snoke was the son of... Oh, was the son. Ha ha, stupid, I know. It's not that stupid. Except for Mason, who says Snoke is no one.
Yeah.
And anybody who thinks different is stupid.
It's not that they're stupid. It's that they won't trust
They just think stupid things.
rational thoughts.
Gosh. What did you guys think of the Solo trailer? I liked how it looks, but not sure about the guy playing Han. I'm with you, bro.
No, so you should watch the commercials. I am 100% behind the guy playing Han.
Han is such an iconic character and most Star Wars favorite characters, so it's big shoes to fill. I hope he does well, though. Tim, your Phoenix team, they're looking great on SWGO, Galaxy of Heroes. And your right Phoenix team, Phoenix team is a great team to focus on at the start, and they are great defensively. Plus, you can use them to unlock Palpatine and Thrawn, which I did, 7 stars. I'm working on a Resistance team just now, because I heard they were amazing. I hope I heard right, because I have invested a lot of gear into them. So I've heard the same thing. Like, if you get the Finn Zeta, he's got the best Zeta in the game. Resistance is like the only team that I've not started working on. I'm actively working on a First Order team right now. I'm just leveling up the First Order officer, and then I'll have a 7-star team. So I can get the 7-star BB-8, and then I was going to work on my 7-star Resistance team.
Yeah. 7 stars.
So I'm working up character. I'm actually pretty bad in Arena. Like, I'm in like 600s because I focus more on like leveling these characters so I can unlock the good characters and then build a real team instead of like trying to level up not as good characters and build an Arena team that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, may the force be with you, Wilson. Thanks, man.
You skipped a paragraph.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. Oh, because it had all that gobbledygook in it. Anyway, I hope Baby Max is doing great and Jen is doing good. My girlfriend's due date is February 18th. So by the time you read this, I might be a dad again. Maybe.
I would hope so at this point.
Hope Mason is doing okay as I feel I never mention him in my emails, but I do like Mason a lot on the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm sure that you had to have had your baby. I'm sure things are going well. I noticed you stopped playing Galaxy of Heroes and you've been quiet. So I assume
Probably
that
'cause
you're
he's got a
busy
new
with a new baby.
Congrats.
Yeah, for sure. Babies are great, aren't you, Max? Is he sleeping now?
Yes, don't wake him up.
Don't tell me what to do.
You're the one that woke him up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I did.
With
When I was facing the wasp and I was the first one to see it.
She was, let's be clear here, she was a good 8 feet away from the wasp.
And it started flying.
Not in imminent danger whatsoever.
And it freaked me out. I started having PTSD.
From that time.
I could hear Tim screaming over and over again in my head.
Her.
Okay. This one is from Maddy. She says, I had mixed emotions when I saw that y'all's podcast was on Mortis earlier this week. I was thrilled that there was a new podcast, but I have expressed my feelings on the Mortis story arc. As I previously stated, I hoped they were fever delusions. The review of the Rebels trailer was awesome, though. I was even more thrilled to get a review of the Solo trailer today. What was that Disney-owned Netflix you were talking about? The one that Clone Wars is moving to? Did I misunderstand? So Disney is starting their own streaming service?
Yeah.
And we don't know many details on it, but they have revealed that all the Marvel and Star Wars and Disney, like everything Disney related basically,
and
is going to be on there.
There's going to be a live action series that Jon Favreau is in charge of.
Yes.
And there will almost certainly be a animated series on that as well. But yeah, we don't know timing, price. I've heard 2019.
It's going to be like $30 a month, I bet.
I've heard it's what they were initially saying was it was going to be cheaper than Netflix.
What?
It would almost have to be.
Are they going to pay you to watch it then?
Well, I mean,
Netflix is cheap.
Netflix is $9.
Think about the fact that like Disney already has a buttload of content, probably enough that people would get on their subscription service just to get it, especially if it was slowly pulling off of Netflix. So they do what Netflix did, where they start the streaming off at, what was it, like $5 a month or something originally, and they slowly bumped it up, and now it's like 10, I think, for the base model. And they keep getting subscribers, and that same thing's going to happen with Disney, and they're going to be the ones pumping out the Marvel shows and the Disney, they're going to be really popular. I know it.
I just can't believe Disney would charge less than Netflix.
Because the thing is if they get 3 months out of a person, that's more than they make on selling a Blu-ray. So the incentive is to get people to say it's not that expensive, and then they just stay subscribed to it forever.
They just keep it. I mean, they're competing with people that have been in it for a long time, like Netflix and Hulu, and
Netflix comes out with like 37 shows every day.
Yeah, it's nuts. There's so many shows now. I don't even know what to watch. I mean, with the Netflix shows, but it seems like all the other stuff they're like losing things. Let's see. I can't wait for Solo, a Star Wars story.
Do you guys still play soccer?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that paragraph. Do you guys still play soccer? I recently sprained my ankle playing soccer for my school. I was in a boot for 2 weeks. Now I just wear a brace. Our first game is soon, from February 14th, not when you read this on air. Man, we have really set a terrible precedent where all of our emailers have to say, I understand
when you read this in 4 months.
You will read this in 6 months, but I hope your soccer season is going well. It's probably over by now.
It's at least close to over.
And I hope your ankle went better.
I think the second to last game of the year she got to start.
Oh, did she send another email?
She has sent multiple emails since then.
I've read one about soccer recently. I remember saying, good job on soccer.
So yeah.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, I play soccer. Tim doesn't.
Yeah, my knee is still, well, I did for a year and a half. My knee is still messed up. I started therapy again on my knee because I can't, apparently, like, I don't know, I've got runner's knee or something. The muscles in my knee are too weak to support it, and the bone bruises has to still be there because it's just impact things that are causing it. So like steps and running and that kind of thing. So they've got some exercises, and I got a cortisone shot in it, and it feels way better.
You got another one?
No. I just don't remember if I mentioned that on here because it's been 3 weeks since we podcasted. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, but your shot was months ago, wasn't it?
Well, the first one was. I got a second one.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
When did you get a second one?
I told you about it.
Nope.
The last day I was at the doctor, I got it. I iced my knee that night. I told you about it.
You didn't tell me you got another shot?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't tell me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Great.
I just have to hear about your life
on the
podcast. Who are you?
I can't wait for Solo, a Star Wars story. Your explanation for the commercial watches of the Super Bowl was so accurate. It was hilarious. I saw the trailer during the Super Bowl and went nerd crazy. I squealed despite a mouthful of food because I was so excited. I couldn't hear anything because of the many people in the room, but the images were enough. Also, I Googled it the next day. I don't think I can wait very long for the movie. Well,
now you
don't have to.
You got another month.
I guess the next thing in Star Wars is Rebels returning. Please do podcasts before then. I can't possibly go until then for a new podcast.
We did.
Yeah, we finished Rebels, man.
Yeah, we kept up.
We tore it up.
Yeah,
we did a good job. That was unless say y'all could review a book or post one every day. If we could get enough money for the podcast, that'd be awesome. I mean, we could quit our jobs, focus solely on the podcast.
I would not quit my job.
You think you could still podcast every day?
I didn't say that. I said I would not quit my job.
Oh. What if we made enough money on the podcast that you could?
How would you guarantee that would
continue?
Run, in perpetuity?
You couldn't.
Right, exactly. My position of not quitting my job stands.
So you just, like, under no circumstance, even if we were making, like...
If somebody sent us $3 million...
I think we already had this talk.
Yeah,
we had this exact conversation.
Talk every time. Tim, I'll make you a deal. I'll quit my job now and devote my free time to the podcast.
Just to
get
social
things
media.
ready.
No. If you're going to devote it to the podcast, you got to spend 6 hours a day promoting the podcast, creating content.
Correct.
I don't know. Think about it. That might be more than I actually do on my real job.
It almost certainly would be. So yeah, I would not quit my job.
If you need ideas for the next podcast, I'd like that review of Return of the Jedi. I think we got to save that one for an anniversary. I think we got one coming up, 150.
I don't know. Why is that 166 an anniversary?
I think we've had this conversation too. Josh thinks that putting arbitrary honor on certain numbers is inappropriate.
It's not just inappropriate.
It's foolish.
It's foolish and just stupid.
Okay. I'm almost caught up to the present podcasts, in addition to listening any new ones. I don't know what I'll do then. I began listening to Star Wars SWNU September 30th, 2017. Whew. I made slow progress, but I'm getting there. My next letter will be after I watch Rebels, which will be in a few days after it airs. May the mass times acceleration be with you, Maddy. Good one. Next one's titled...
I'll read one.
Go ahead.
You don't have to read them all.
Knock yourself out.
Jen should read one, too.
She should do a lot of things.
Hey,
she
crew.
doesn't do.
Christian here. I was hoping you could help this confused novice. I recently purchased the first 13 issues of the Star Wars comics. Everything seemed in line based off what I know from listening to your podcast. So I bought Darth Vader #1 and #2 recently, but they are not the same story as the comics you talk about in your first few episodes. So this is the thing. I'm not a comic book person, and this thing frustrates me as well, where they just, as soon as, excuse me, sorry.
Wow. Yikes. That was a double decker.
All right. As soon as like the sales go down like one issue a month, they just cancel the series and then they reboot it. Like, oh my God, Darth Vader #1 is coming out next month.
It's true.
You've never seen it before. It's the first time we've ever made a Darth Vader comic. Come and get it. And so the Darth Vader #1 and 2 you found were from the Darth Vader #1 or Darth Vader series from 2017, not the Darth Vader series from 2015, which are called both Darth Vader.
Yeah, it seems
So,
a little too close together to reboot it.
When somebody in 2019 is listening to this podcast for the first time, they're going to be like, but what about Darth Vader 2019? They're completely different than the other two.
Yep.
Because it will have rebooted by then.
It will have. Absolutely.
It's so ridiculous. But that's a comic book thing.
That is a comic book thing.
The first issue I'm reading starts immediately after Anakin has just been defeated by Obi-Wan and has been placed in his iconic suit by Palpatine. In this comic, Palpatine drops Vader off on a planet to search for a new lightsaber, and he explains that the Sith had red crystals due to the bleeding of the Kyber crystal caused by the user corrupting it. How on the earth, or how in the world did I end up with this issue when it so clearly says Darth Vader #1 on the cover? It also says variant edition, but I thought that just meant the cover is different. I believe that is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Did they start the Vader series over? Please help this comic book noob, which we did earlier. Sincerely, Christian Dvorak. P.S. I just found a line in small print on the first page of the comic that said August 2017. So I'm assuming I ended up with a newer but ultimately wrong issue.
Yep.
But it's not wrong. It's just not what you were
different.
expecting.
Right. I mean, they do that to get, yes, certainly to increase sales, but get new readership, because an issue 29 of a comic is a lot less likely to be picked up by some random kid than an issue #1. Or some random adult.
They need to have like a subtitle then on every different run.
Or call them different things.
Well, I mean, the part of the problem with the comic industry these days is it's very unapproachable for new readers. And that's something that they're struggling with hardcore, because they're trying to play to these fanboys who've been reading comics forever and do things specifically for them. But that's preventing them from getting the new readers, and their readership is slowly dying off.
Right, because they have no organic growth.
Correct. And because comics are so expensive, it's even harder to get new readers. Like, there's just a lot of barriers with comics in general. But at the same time, in the indie comic range, like the Image comics and things where it's creator owned, those comics are selling better than they ever have, and creators are making good money.
What I read.
And there is actually like good original stories coming out of there. And that's why there's so many comic book movies now. Not just the superhero stuff I'm talking about, but like other stuff like Kingsman and the Kick-Ass movie and those other things. So anyway, that's my spiel on that.
All right, you gonna read one?
Sure.
Will you be able to find it?
I've had a really bad cold, so my throat might sound.
You sound very,
horrible.
very hoarse and manly.
Okay.
Women love to hear that.
I have to scroll down so I can see who this is from first. Hang on.
It says it right in the first sentence.
It's Chris.
It's Chris.
Okay. Solo trailer is the title of this email. Hey, SWNU crew, Chris with the unpronounceable last name signing in. Really got to work on that call sign if I get one. I, too, was unaware until the next day that there was going to be a full-length trailer, so Tim, you are not alone. I wish it had just stayed a teaser, though, personally, because after watching the trailer, I'm less fond, I don't know how to say his name, of Alden Ehrenreich as Han. However, the movie itself looks great. It has a dystopian future vibe like Ghost in the Shell or Blade Runner, which I really enjoy. I think Kira, Emily Clark's character, is going to... What?
Emilia Clarke.
What did I say?
Emily.
Oh, Emilia Clarke's character is going to have a similar arc to Leia, where they're forced to be around each other and she falls for his goofball confidence routine. LOL. Donald Glover is Lando. That's awesome. Speaking of Lando, I wholeheartedly agree that Han cheats to get the Falcon. It is my headcanon now. Do you think that there will be a Vader-level cameo in this one? Like a dusty old Ewan McGregor on Tatooine or a visit to Maz's castle?
No, not those. But everyone's like, oh, Jabba's going to be in it. Or Boba Fett's going to be in it. That's the big nerddom.
It's got to be
desire.
Boba Fett because that Lego set came out.
That Lego set?
Yeah, that buildable figure of Boba Fett.
But they do that anyways. They do OT stuff all the time.
Yeah, but it just seems like strange timing. Because that was the only one of those that came out.
Don't you think that like little kids now like probably have no idea who Boba Fett is?
What does that matter?
It's just like interesting. Like he's so like unknown.
But we've taught him who he is. He's part of the culture.
And they know Jango Fett.
Everybody knows who Boba Fett is.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think anyone who would say they are a fan of Star Wars knows who he is.
Kids.
I don't think even Star Wars fans. I bet you that a normal person knows.
Absolutely
I don't think
not.
so either.
No way. I think a lot of kids.
Where's Nora?
Yeah. A lot of kids who like Star Wars have no idea who he is.
I think if you like Star Wars, you know who he is.
Okay.
He's pervasive.
Okay. Hope you are all doing well. May the force be with you. P.S. I bought a shirt from the TeePublic store. Fighting Minox and charcoal heater. LOL. I'll send a pic when it gets here. Also, is it weird to wear your horrible blueprint of someone you've never met's house? I don't really care, because if you make it a shirt, I'm buying it. Just asking for a friend.
I still intend to make it
That's not weird at all.
A shirt. I want to make it a shirt.
I want to make it a shirt and give it to my dad.
This is what you could do with your full-time employment at SWNU.
You could do a lot if you were fully employed on this podcast.
Did you know my dad went back to work?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, his poor retirement didn't last long.
Well, I don't know why it didn't last long.
My mom made him go back to work.
Why, though?
They need the money, I guess. He got offered a job. They called him up and offered him a job, and my mom made him take it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
How can she make... Is that my fate?
It's obviously he didn't have that big of a problem
objection
with
to
it. But
Like you're just gonna make me go back to work or like?
okay, I shouldn't have said she made him. I don't know. I know she wanted him to go.
You see, that wouldn't be in the decision-making tree if that happened to me.
Oh,
I wouldn't even tell Megan. Just one day I'd be like, I'm going back to work. And she'd be like, oh, I didn't even know you got offered a job. Or I'd say nothing.
So you don't talk to her. You just would get up and leave.
I talk about things that are relevant. Her opinion on whether
Your
or not...
job is relevant.
No, it's not.
Whether you have a job is relevant.
No, it's not. Why is that relevant?
Because you're married and it's a source of income and it's where you spend like a lot of your time.
But do you implicitly trust my judgment and my ability to make decisions?
She doesn't trust mine.
Right. Megan implicitly trusts my judgment and ability to make decisions.
Huh. What's that like, Josh?
And she understands her opinion in such matters has no weight at all.
I need to be more like you. Don't you think, Jenny?
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
Do you want me to read the next one?
Sure.
Big bowl of solo. Hey, SWNU crew. Writing in to throw my hat in the ring with Tim on two fronts.
Pretty sure this one's from Jesus.
1. Although I don't even begin to know the minutiae of it, there indeed are, or were, legal ramifications for unsanctioned media outlets to use the term Super Bowl. That may have changed in recent years, but places still choose to use big game instead. But it for sure used to be a thing with fines, etc. 2. Definitely feel I'm channeling my inner Fox Mulder going down this road, particularly not having gone down the rabbit hole on articles, Reddit threads, etc., just in my own little corner. But I absolutely agree with Tim. Read Disney and
regarding
negativity surrounding Solo. While I'm not 100% that they instigated it, I fully believe they've fostered it, like the leak with communications between Disney's brass indicating that they're bracing for a disaster and think it's terrible, and have very consciously built a ad campaign around the film. Anyways, always super pumped when a new episode pops up in my feed, and greatly appreciate all the great work you guys put into it. Thank you so much for taking the time to humor me. There's nobody
saying I'm pretty sure that one was from Jesus.
I'm so glad that someone agreed with my conspiracy theory.
I don't remember you talking about that.
Hey,
we did.
Jenny, I've got his shirt. Can you make sure I email it?
I was just going to talk about that.
Can you make sure that I take it to work with me tomorrow? Because I will get it shipped tomorrow.
Yeah, Jesus, we got you a shirt while we were in Disney World.
He knows. He picked it out. He asked for it. He was going to pay me, and I said, you can't pay me, Jesus. You've done more than a t-shirt's worth of work for SWNU.
Jen, on the other hand, probably wouldn't even get away with like a bandana's worth of work.
So I promised him I'd ship it, and I have not done it yet. The last 2 weeks I've been super busy so far, so like at work, so I wouldn't have been able to do it anyway. But tomorrow I can do it.
Okay.
The world premiere for Solo is going to be at the Cannes Film Festival. Did you hear that?
The what?
The Cannes Film Festival?
Cannes.
No, Cannes.
Oh.
The French town.
Oh, I always called it Cannes.
Okay,
yes.
You would. It's Cannes.
Well, I've only ever read it. I've never heard it said out loud.
I've heard people call it Cannes.
Yeah, hillbillies that live in barns with feral cats.
Every time I've ever heard it, it's been that.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry that you don't know how French people pronounce the names of their towns.
God, I really hope you're wrong. We should bring Yana up here.
Do we have any French fans? I don't think anybody's ever contacted us from France. They probably think we're
They probably won't now with all you people saying, is that Cannes Film Festival this weekend?
Cannes.
I'm fixing to watch me some movies, boy.
I don't think people like that are into, aren't they like indie movies mostly?
They're more artistic than
it's
big
not
budget.
Like NASCAR.
Yeah, but
racing.
then there's every now and then there's films like this that pull a like stunt where they premiere at Cannes.
Huh.
Why would they premiere it there?
I don't know. To get press
What about Grauman's Chinese Theater? Why wouldn't they just do it there?
I think the whole problem is it comes out like 3 weeks after Infinity War. So like I don't know. I think they're trying to approach it a different way. And Deadpool comes out the week before. Deadpool 2.
Does it? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it came out that soon.
Yeah.
I am more hyped for Deadpool 2 than Infinity.
Well,
I didn't even know about Infinity until a week ago.
it's kind of unremarkable in it's I can't think of the word, but like it's going to happen.
It's inevitability.
Interminable. Yeah. I mean, it's like, oh, there it is. It's out now.
I watched the trailer for Infinity War and I thought it was about something completely different than what it's about.
Everybody at work or like just random places, people just bring it up. Like, hey, you getting hyped for Infinity War?
I don't know
People
why.
don't
I've
even
never
know.
heard anybody talk about
Yeah,
it.
tons.
I haven't heard one person talk about it.
We don't talk about it at work.
Well, okay, except for Nolan. His best friend is super pumped about it, and his friend is made like an itinerary for himself, and he's watching every single movie that's led up to this in the whole Marvel universe. And he literally has like a schedule, like every day he has certain movies on his agenda that he has to watch before the premiere.
Are you talking about Tyler?
Yes.
I do streaks with Tyler.
I know.
Oh, great.
I think it's really funny.
You should put that on your business card.
I try to send streaks like pictures of Nolan to Tyler.
Oh my God.
It's so awkward and funny.
I bet it is awkward.
Yeah.
Do you do streaks with Tyler's mom?
No, is she on Snapchat?
Yeah.
Oh, I would do streaks with her.
Yeah.
People are so weird.
I think it'd be fun.
I've never Snapchatted her, but I know she's on there.
I should friend her.
I uninstalled Snapchat about the day we returned from Florida.
Tim,
I don't blame you. I send her streaks every day.
Tim's phone broke, and so while his phone was broken, he was waiting for them to ship him a new one. He got on my phone to use Snapchat and like signed me off, and I haven't gotten back.
I want to go on record. We're saying my phone broke. I did not drop it. It was not damaged in any way because of a lack of case. It literally, the phone that just works.
It suffered from being an iPhone.
I've never had a phone do this. It literally just stopped. So like after I installed 11.3, it started rebooting multiple times a day. And then it got a little better, but it was still doing it like twice a day. And when I was on my trip for my work convention, I had it and it just like died in my pocket. It was almost dead. But then when I went to go plug it back in to charge it, it just wanted to reboot over and over again. I'm like, oh, that's annoying. So I did a factory restore or whatever, like to reset it and like reload iTunes or with iTunes, and the phone would just reboot over and over. So it was Dunzor. And like, it's not like it had water damage because they're waterproof or whatever.
They're water resistant.
You must have done something to it, Tim. It couldn't have been the phone.
No. I mean, it was the phone.
But
what I think
Apple doesn't do that.
What I think honestly happened is they wrote some really terrible code, and my phone freaked out, and I kind of fried the CPU or something. Like it got too hot because when it would reboot, it would get really, really hot really fast and restart.
That is not a thing.
Maybe your phone was trying to kill itself.
What do you mean it's not a thing?
So thermal throttling of CPUs is at the hardware level. So they can't write firmware that overcomes the thermal throttling that's built intrinsically into the design of the hardware.
I'm suggesting that it got warmer because the CPU is working harder.
Okay. That can be a thing.
Okay, that's what I'm suggesting.
You're suggesting you killed a CPU.
Because it got warm or something too much. I don't know.
That's what I'm telling you. Thermal throttling, which would be the process that it protects itself when it gets too hot, is a hardware level process. It's not a software process.
Okay, whatever. It worked great before I installed 11.3. Literally the day I installed it, the second after it was done, it started doing that within like 5 minutes.
Sure.
And then the phone just died. So it had to have been something software, I swear.
That I would believe.
All right.
but it didn't kill your processor.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, next email. Overall thoughts, grandma feedback, and inquiries. Hey y'all, sorry to email 3 times in a row so close to one another, but I am nearing the end of catching up on this podcast and there is so much to say, but I will try to keep it brief.
Don't worry, the internet will not think they were so close together.
I found you guys on Spotify the night of The Last Jedi midnight premiere, and I am almost done with all the episodes, which makes me so sad. But what a ride. You guys seriously have me in stitches so frequently during both your Star Wars related and unrelated banter. Y'all have been like the background music to my life the last 2 months.
Yes.
That's sweet.
That could be on our DVD
The
cover.
background music to your life.
And I really am sad. I will be out of unplayed content soon. I have thought of so many comments while listening, but I will sum it up for each of you. Jen, wowza, have you grown? I cheated and listened to your The Last Jedi reviews after listening to Eps 1 through 4 because I needed to hear your opinions, and I couldn't even believe how much your knowledge has evolved since the beginning. You really are an awesome person to have literally built your knowledge from the ground up while having 2 high-level pros gang up on you, cut you off, and correct you nonstop. And then she put in parentheses, not in a malicious but rather passionate way, which I 100% understand. You sound so much better now that baby Max is here.
Yes,
there were
she
some
does.
episodes where my thoughts were genuinely with you. Thank you. Thanks for sucking it up for the sake of the podcast. Glad you and baby are doing well. Tashua.
So can I just comment on that? I think you've also grown as a podcaster. While you haven't completely solved your issue where you just allow dead air to occur while we ask you a question and you just stare at us like you're an idiot. But I think you've gotten a lot better at it.
Thanks.
No problem. Good. I'm glad you're proving my point right now.
Tashua. Y'all is definitely not just a Texan term now, but I understand why the stereotype would make you think that. I truly love listening to you rip people's ideas, theories, comments apart. It's 100% entertaining, and usually I agree with you. Also, thank you for Science Corner. I am not exaggerating when I say I am pretty sure I have learned more from those segments than all my high school science courses combined. Wow, where do you go to school?
Hey, they don't teach what I teach in school.
Boom.
Oh.
Like how to treat your wife.
That's right.
Yeah. Her opinion means nothing.
With regard to that decision, you're right. It's
Her
irrelevant.
thoughts on the matter are obsolete.
It's not obsolete, it's irrelevant.
You and your wheezy chuckle keep the podcast spicy. Last but certainly not least, Tim. Dude, you have seriously got to start owning your last name. It's so... I don't know how you say that.
Bouger.
Bougie.
Sounds like a French word I wouldn't understand. You should be wiping the floor with our uncultured word I can't say.
Butts.
Butts. In all seriousness, your excitement for Star Wars makes me so happy. Just listening to the giddiness and sheer joy you have when talking about your fave characters, scenes, concepts, or what have you makes me just as thrilled. Also, I don't think you guys would still be recording episode 1 if you weren't there to give your, all right, guys, you ready to rate this?
So the episode 1 you heard was like the 3rd time we recorded episode 1.
Q. I am also really, really trying to give comics a go just for you. All in all, I am really happy I found your podcast when I did. The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi is my first communal experience with Star Wars, if you will, since I wasn't even a thought with...
When
Hang on.
the originals came out.
When the originals came out, and I was young when the prequels were being released. I grew up watching 1 through 6, but The Force Awakens was my first Star Wars film to see in theaters and really did reignite my love for the fandom as a whole. Okay, overall comments. Lost Stars is the best book I have read so far of the ones y'all have reviewed. I wish you guys had talked more about it, but I was fresh out of the audiobook when I listened to the app, so I was probably a little excited. I thought we talked about it a lot. That was like all of our favorite book.
Well, I think she's just saying the episode. She wanted the episode to be longer and talk more in detail about the book. Yeah, we talk about the book all the time.
Yeah. Vader is my favorite comic so far. Not done with it yet, but I am partial to it since Vader is my all-time favorite Star Wars character, and I am about to start pursuing a PhD in archaeology. Ooh. So she's like Dr. Aphra. So it really had all my elements to start with. I really wish y'all covered Clone Wars more. It's a dense show, but overall so good. However, per your reviews, I watched the entire Rebels series in 3 days a few weeks ago when I had the flu. Your eps really helped fill in some of those foggy plot lines when I was in and out of a flu coma, lol. Side note, my mama listened to an ep with me the other day, and she thinks you guys are hilarious. Seriously, she knows nothing about Star Wars, but we laughed together throughout our whole car ride. So just know that whatever happens, a Southern grandma thinks you guys are real winners.
Really?
That could be on a t-shirt. A Southern grandma thinks you're a winner.
A Southern grandma thinks we're winners.
Old people love me. I have a way with the elderly.
That could be on your gravestone.
Yeah?
You had a way with the elderly.
2 questions, then I'm done taking up your time. Yeah. Number 1, if I bookmark your Amazon link, do you think it'll still give you guys the money? My instincts would say yes, but I just always forget to use it till after my purchases, so I wanted to bookmark so I could just automatically be on your link.
Yes,
but wanted to make sure. Okay. Number 2, per Snoke's comment about light rising up to meet the dark, do you guys think both Leia and Luke possess the same potential for challenging the Sith? Or do you think the power of the light side was divided between the two, and in some alt universe, if they'd both gone through the same trials together and trained with Yoda together, they could have been powerful enough to defeat Vader Palpatine together without Vader's help like Luke did? I don't know, just something I was pondering in traffic the other day.
Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see where Leia would have been able to rise up to Luke's ability. Same thing with, like, if Luke had died, I think Leia would have filled his role.
Yeah.
Probably not the same way, but I think the end result would have been the same.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and if it hadn't been Vader helping Luke, I think it would have been Leia. I actually really agree with your thought. Good work. I've also read Elseworld. There was, like, Elseworlds comics where they talked about that.
Yeah. I thought I read... What was it? I can't remember. So one thing that's in my head is the Star Wars CCG game. Chad would always run that stupid Dagobah turtle deck, but nobody had the Luke Skywalker Dagobah character, but we had Daughter of Skywalker. So you could run the turtle deck with Leia.
Yeah.
And it worked okay. It worked better than using another Luke, because he didn't get all the bonuses to the tests. So in my mind, I just have this vision of a comic book of Leia fighting Vader, and I don't know where it came from.
All right, this got long. Thanks for reading this, and if you guys are ever in Austin... Does she live in Austin?
Yeah, I didn't know.
God.
So I was in Austin in October.
Well, this letter we didn't get.
I know. So I wouldn't have seen it. And I don't even think she listened to the podcast before that.
Nope.
But
she didn't. Not until the Last Jedi.
There is a small possibility I will go to Austin again in September or October, and I will take you up on this offer I'm about to read about. Go ahead.
If you guys are ever in Austin before I move, I extend all the Southern hospitality I can offer, which includes all the free beer and barbecue from the local barbecue joint I work at. That you Northerner hearts desire. Stay nerdy and may the force be with y'all. Amber.
So this sounds awesome. The barbecue down there is amazing.
It's not. So here's the thing. It's not better than the barbecue that I already make. And what's funny is Tim hates barbecue.
That's not true.
He doesn't like the smoked meat.
He doesn't like smoked stuff you guys make.
You mean smoke? We just use smoke.
Okay.
The same thing that any place that smokes food will use.
The stuff you guys make tastes really different than the stuff that I eat when I go to a barbecue joint and I order barbecue.
What barbecue joint?
There's
Like
one
in Appleton, Wisconsin.
No,
Is that what you're trying to tell me? Where they use liquid smoke?
I've been to Austin and had the barbecue. I've been down to Mississippi, down in Corinth, Mississippi. I've had barbecue there a few times. I've had barbecue in, I don't know. I'm probably gonna have it in Louisville.
Louisville.
Our company just bought a company in Louisville, Kentucky. Maybe I'll have it down there.
Yeah. So they all those places, ironically, burn the same wood that we burn.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
We smoke our meat.
I'm sorry. I do not like your smoked meat.
It's fine.
Jenny likes it.
All human beings who consume it, other than you,
I don't
love
know.
it.
I'm sorry. I like most stuff. I do not like your smoked meat.
I like it when you guys make the wings the best. Those
smoked
really
wings are
good.
awesome.
Anyway, you let us know when you're not going to be in Austin anymore. I need to know if it'll be September, October.
I really like Austin.
We
I
should.
like going down SoCo.
You should come. Maybe I could try to talk Matt into letting me take my new employee and you could come. And you could stay in the hotel room with me and we could actually go to do cool things. We could just leave Max with Grandma or something.
Yeah, right.
What?
I'm just kidding.
You're crazy. Max will have to come.
Max, you want to go to Austin?
Every time Tim is there, Tim gets a
emotional.
new tattoo.
Not every time. Just the last two. The last one I got, I'm disappointed with.
Me too.
Well, I mean, it's a Lego. Like, it looks good, but something happened to it, and it, like, has blotches in it. Like, it's missing some of its color.
And he keeps getting, like, skin.
No, like, pimples. I've gotten a couple, like, pimples
like,
under
weird
it.
Skin
I mean, like,
reactions.
big pimples. It was weird.
Like,
you see
it
how
looks
the,
like
the
a
color's
tumor
missing?
growing on his
Looks
Lego.
like a tattoo.
Oh, well, I mean, like, this one is, like, basically perfect, and so is this one.
They all have the same level of blotchiness. To me.
No, that is not true. This one definitely has more blotch.
Tattoos aren't my thing, so.
Well, anyway.
He didn't. He like. He sends me the picture of the tattoo he wants while he's already like in line at the tattoo parlor.
Oh, when I've already paid. Sign the deal. I'm already like getting it. JK. Anyway. So yeah, we can go to Austin, get tattoos again. You can get your Max tattoo like you said you were going to get.
Yep. I'm not going to go to the same guy that did yours. I hope you remember his name.
I do. I knew who it was. I was going to go back to him and get him to fix it, unless I had my guy in Peoria fix it.
Blotchy McBlotcherson's Tattoo Blotchery.
Tattoo Emporium.
And soda stand.
Yep. That's it. All right. I think that's it for tonight. 10 o'clock here. I still got to post this podcast. I got to hug my baby some more. He just woke up from his podcast nap. And thanks for your emails. There's some really good ones in there. I really liked Amber's. She actually said nice things about me instead of just saying, "Oh, and Tim, you're there." I've gotten that a lot.
Hey, you're very there.
I am. I'm the most there of any of us. So we're everywhere on the internet. Fantastic Plastics did our theme song. They're super rad. They played Austin. Actually, they just played South by Southwest. They shredded it. They were awesome. They'll probably play it again next year. So maybe Amber, you can go see that.
She won't be in Austin anymore.
I don't know where she's gonna be. We have an Amazon link.
A couple of fans that are getting their PhD.
StarWarsNerdsUnite.com. You can go there and Nebula Girl. She
Is she on the moon now?
no, she is not. But she's building rockets. She has some like. She always tweets about how stressed she is about stuff. I saw a tweet the other day where she was like stressed about something, but instead she played video games, and she felt good about that. Anyway, we're everywhere on the internet. Use our Amazon link. We got a Patreon if anybody wants to give some money.
TeePublic.
Yep, you can buy merch.
Oh, somebody ordered a pillow with hot callus on it.
A full body
Please
pillow.
send a picture. I want that pillow.
Is it a full body pillow?
I don't know.
I think it's just a throw pillow.
Oh, okay.
I want to see it so bad. I'm so excited about it.
That's great. Maybe I ordered it for you along with the new Apple Watch band.
Does it have Hot Callus on the watch band?
No. Oh, can we do Apple Watch bands?
I don't see them on there.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I know. Hey, Seuss made a new shirt for the solo.
Oh, yeah, we definitely need to hype that up. Yeah, it's a really, 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 really cool design. You guys should check it out on TeePublic and buy like 12 of them and pass them out.
Spend $150 on shirts and just pass them out.
We'll take them to the line, pass them out, and
Or sell them.
You could swap them like pins at Disney. Ask people for their favorite podcast t-shirts and just swap with them.
What, you didn't bring any podcast t-shirts? What?
That's what Disney's about.
That's right.
Okay. What else did I forget to say? I think we're good.
Everything. We do stuff.
I think we'll be able to be back to normal next week.
Are we going to have a topic at least?
I mean, we should start talking about that as soon as we stop recording. While I walk downstairs and start processing this video, or the audio, we can discuss what we're going to podcast on. That would be good.
That always seems to fall apart.
I should be back from Louisville by then. All right, goodbye. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Did you hear that? We're doomed.
This podcast is a part of the BenView Network.
You can find this and other podcasts like it at BenViewNetwork.com.